Legendary actor Robert De Niro had some harsh words for the Trump administration during an appearance on MSNBC Sunday.
He offered compliments to those participating in the No Kings protest over the weekend, as well as New York Attorney General Letitia James, who was recently indicted by a grand jury. Here's what De Niro had to say.
I like what Letitia James is doing. She's fighting back. She's saying, you. I'm sorry. This is where we are. She's saying, this is it. I will not be taken down by this person. I am not afraid of him. And God bless her for that.
You're not supposed to say that on television, Robert. Earlier in the interview, De Niro expressed his concerns that President Trump will attempt to defy the Constitution by running for a third term in 2028. It led to these remarks from top White House advisor Stephen Miller.
This is where you and I are on the same wavelength, because I've long
thought.
No
way. He will not. We see it all the time. He will not want to leave. He set it up with his, I guess he's the Goebbels of the cabinet, Stephen Miller. He's a Nazi. Yes, he is. And he's Jewish, and he should be ashamed of himself.
De Niro has frequently voiced his opposition to Trump since his first presidential campaign in 2016. The recent comments from the two-time Academy Award winner drew polarised reactions, as you might expect. What's going on? Writes on Blue Sky, God bless Bob De Niro for getting on national TV and speaking the truth out loud about Trump and his dangerous administration. He's not having any of the bullying, misinformation, or alternate reality being put forth. Appreciate his plain speaking.
On the other hand, podcaster and YouTuber Robin Kabanak says on X, in some ways life was better when I watched De Niro kill an acting role without knowing he was an insufferable lib. Many such cases. Yeah, he should join the rest of liberal Hollywood Nile.
Bobby De Niro, a great man.
Care to hear his political opinions whatsoever, but he's a great actor, and I love seeing him in movies, but I don't care what he has to say.
I think that he has a platform and he's using that platform. I like him as an actor. I like him as a person. I'm broadly sympathetic. Obviously,
he's going to get an MSNBC a fine.
Well, I don't know about that. I think you're allowed. I thought you're allowed to swear on cable. It's like broadcast TV. You're not allowed to swear on, isn't it?
I don't know. I've had it so beaten into us that we can't use salty. We can't use salty.
We can't use even mildly salty. Even low salt language is banned here.
Low sodium, sodium free. That's our diet.
So we can't do that. Look,
I still thought they couldn't say that word on, or maybe it's just network policy that they don't, but.
Possibly. In any event, look, I think Robert De Niro is obviously entitled to his view. I think he put it forward pretty forcefully there. I think the Tish James stuff is a widely held view among liberals and obviously completely disagreed with among conservatives. But look, having someone like that putting those views with that degree of force, as he tends to do, is a good thing. And I'm sure that a lot of people, particularly MSNBC viewers, will be cheering him on for doing so. I think, just briefly, Robbie, I mean, we have got into this political climate where people on the MAGA right say all sorts of very antagonistic, very belligerent things about the libs. And so to have someone like De Niro punch back, Raging Bull style, I think, good for him.
His fear, this clearly lives rent-free in his head, that Trump is going to serve a third term. I don't think this is a realistic fear very much. I don't believe. I guess he could make me look like a fool in 3 years, but I don't expect Trump to attempt to serve a third term. It's pretty well prohibited by the Constitution. The Supreme Court, maybe your view is, goes along with Trump too much, but they certainly don't give Trump what he wants every single time. This one is pretty clear. I actually don't even think Trump really wants to be president for an additional term. He is getting older. He shows his age a little bit. You don't pick J.D. Vance to be your vice president if you're intending to not designate a successor. That was a choice that was a designated successor. He was persuaded to do it for exactly that reason by his family. His sons had campaigned for it. Other people had. Charlie Kirk, in fact, tried to sell him on the idea. He went along with it. J.D. Vance will be the next standard bearer for MAGA, this idea that Trump is going to try to serve again. I don't think that's the case.
I think that the fear that Trump might try to serve a third term is constructed upon a pretty well-reasoned foundation that he is a fundamentally anti-democratic figure. And so we see right now, for example, all sorts of specious grounds erected for the deployment of the National Guard in various cities and the deployment of troops on the streets. That goes on top of the reports that we've seen about the finances of liberal groups being looked into, the pursuance of enemies, including Letitia James and James Comey, etc., and various other actions that Trump has taken to cast legitimate opposition as subversive or violent, and therefore laying the predicate, in my view, for repression of political opposition. Now, that is fundamentally very dangerous, I would say. In relation to the third term question, it seems unlikely still that the Supreme Court would go along with that. But I would note that there are various people close to Trump who keep talking about it.
Well, Bannon mostly
included.
just Bannon.
But the idea...
How close he actually is to Trump is something of a... Because they have been at odds at the past. I think he likes to give the impression that he has Trump's ear and Trump is his own vessel and he speaks what Bannon is saying. I don't know how true that is.
Well, I don't know how true that is now.
Yes.
But I would say that Trump himself has teasingly suggested at various times that he might serve a third term. And my view of his history with these things where people say he's trolling is that people say that to defang the thing right up until it becomes much more serious. I still remember at the time, the post-2020 election, where people were saying, oh, he's just blowing off steam, he'll get accustomed to it. Now here we are 5 years down the line and he's still lying about that election and suggesting it was stolen from him when in fact he lost. He got beaten and never accepted it.
All right, we've got a lot more to talk about on Rising. Please stay with us.